So Manchester City 0, Arsenal 0. Two shots for us on target, one for them. It weren't the prettiest game you'll ever watch, but it is improvement on last year. We've played them twice this season. We've taken 4 points off of them. Last year, none. They've had 2 shots on target in 2 games against us. And today's shot on target was Nathan Ake, it bouncing off of his shoulder in about the 15th minute. Other than that, it was a defensive masterclass. Not much going forward. But on another day, Odegaard didn't hold the ball too long. 29 would have been clean through a few times. And if Trossard had actually opened his eyes, Martinelli would have been in for a goal. So what did you make of that, Kenny?
I thought it's exactly how I expected it to be. I expected the only thing that was a bit unexpected was the team selection of Kovacic alongside Rodri. I thought that they would have gone a bit more attacking and leave less spaces for us. But Pep was very clever in that he made sure that he didn't give us any chance for a counter attack. You know, when you talk about the chances that we miss, I think the best chance actually was when Saka got down the right hand side and Jesus showed that we probably need a striker, which is a bit perverse considering if you look at the TV right now, we got plus 46 goals. But it's times like this and a game like this where we can actually put daylight between ourselves and City. You really needed Jesus to expect the ball to go in that box and then put it away, because I think that would have been game over, because although City had most of the possession, and let's face it, they did actually very well. They won the ball back. It's only in that last third that they struggled a bit. De Bruyne was on a front foot. I thought Foden, was innovative. I thought Silva was also at his kind of stubborn best, pick like a woodpecker, keep on trying to create things. But the organisation of the defence, I'm not just talking about the back four, but the midfield as well. When we didn't have the ball, we worked hard. Saka worked hard. There was instances in the first half, beginning from kickoff, where you see Jesus in a sort of defensive, position. That showed you how much we knew that in terms of the better players, in terms of being on the ball in attacking areas, were on Man City's side. So we had to make sure that if we are going to be bereft of possession, we have to be organised. We have to protect a goalkeeper. And everything went well from that respect. I thought Odegaard, off the ball, he helped out the defence a lot. And that's what you required. Players made sacrifices today. A lot of sacrifices. I thought the substitutions were very good as well in terms of bringing on Tomiyasu when Kivior was struggling a bit and he ran his race, and obviously bringing on Saka as well when Jorginho was getting a bit overrun. That's how you win titles, and that's how you avoid defeat. It was never ever, in hindsight, and not just in hindsight, but how I thought, I actually would have been happy with a point. The problem is, you're going to look at the Jesus chance, think, oh no, if only, and then you look at the chance with Trossard, 86 minutes, identical to the time we scored at the Emirates, where we scored at 86 minutes, game over. And
it would have been the same player on goal as well.
You know what I mean? Trossard, getting down that left and put it in the back of the net. So in that respect, we're saying all of this, we're praising our defence, we're acknowledging the fact that Man City had a lot of the ball, but, and I say a big but, the elephant in the room is Liverpool Football Club.
That was a good weekend for them, wasn't it?
Yeah, but and that's the situation. 3 weeks down the line, they were 2 points in front, but they drew at Anfield against Man City, where they had a few chances to win the game. We beat Brentford, and then we go on top by goal difference. So you never know. Who knows what will happen next week in when they play Liverpool at Old Trafford after they played their midweek games. You just don't know. It's one of those things where, if you want me to go through the way the season is going to go for at least a few weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks from the end of the season, the title lead is probably going to change hands between Liverpool and Arsenal, because of the fact that they are quite identical on points, where if they drop points or draw and the other one gets 2 points, then they'll go and it'll be goal difference in it. While City now will have to look for snookers, not so much as on on Arsenal, but they're definitely going to have to look for snookers against Liverpool. So again, I think it's Arsenal, Liverpool actually in the title race at the
City have
moment.
got the worst goal
City are
difference.
chasing. Yeah, and they've got the work again. They've got the worst goal difference as well. So they're chasing. Theoretically,
they're 3 points behind. They're 3 points behind. Then Sheffield United go to Anfield on Thursday. Yeah,
well,
they're playing Aston Villa at the Etihad. That's not an easy game. Yeah, we're playing Luton. We should win that.
Well, let's be honest. Liverpool are going to beat Sheffield United. Arsenal, despite the fact that Luton will start very well, Luton don't have to know how to finish games, so you would expect Arsenal to beat Luton Town. May not be comfortable. It could be like a result similar to the one at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. However, the pressure's now on Man City in terms of their game against Aston Villa. That is a big pressure game. And that's what you want. You want Man City to be the ones under pressure. They're very good under pressure, but there were certain things where, they didn't have their first choice defence. Cole Walker didn't play. Stones was only fit enough for the bench. But that was never going to be but that was never going to be a massive effect on Man City because their game plan wouldn't have changed regardless of whether Walker and Stones were playing. They were always going to be in that front foot. They're always going to be the ones trying to probe. We're the ones who are going to be having the less possession and relying on maybe one moment of inspiration in the counter-attack. So it had no effect on Man City whatsoever. So if Man City fans want to sort of, rewrite history and say that the only reason why they didn't beat us because they didn't have their full team out, well, with respect to Stones and Walker, they're not actually match wingers like De Bruyne, Silva, and Foden and Haaland. If you lost them, then maybe you've got an excuse. But with the fact you only lost your defenders and the fact that you didn't do as much defending as we did, wasn't much of a loss for you.
Yeah, I see a quote from William Saliba, who got man of the match, saying we shouldn't be happy with a draw. I love that mentality. Love that mentality.
That's the mentality. And Mikel had that mentality when he was interviewed by Sky TV. He said the same thing. Although he smiled inwardly, I'm sure they're going to be very happy with the point because they're going to look at this
we were playing for a point. That's why we were time wasting after half an hour. Tackles.
Look, we played with Liverpool winning at Anfield. The onus was on not to lose, and that doesn't mean just for Arsenal. It's for Man City as well. Because the thing about it is that you don't know what can happen in the title race at the moment. With 3 teams fighting for this title, a loss.
Oh yeah, if Man City had lost today, they're 4 points behind both of us. That's 2 teams that got dropped.
But you know what? Yeah, but it's not just losing games which are going to be catastrophic. With the way that the number of games that each team have got, the fact that it's neck and neck, a draw is catastrophic as well. So that's why the onus is on all the teams to win every game, all the remaining games, to see where it takes you. Because if you look at us, we drew in Man City. Everyone's saying that's a great point, and everyone's shaking hands. But there's a third wheel, Liverpool. They've won. They're now. It's now theoretically in their hands.
Well, it is in their hands, and this is the thing. It's going to change hands quite a lot over this month because they go to Old Trafford. Next weekend. So let's just hope.
A month after. Well, yeah, 3 weeks after. 3 weeks after that classic in a cup. The Man United. There's going to be periods in that game when Man United are going to just leave their midfield like the Red Sea, and Liverpool just.
And the fact that he couldn't win that cup now, he's going to go there, and they're going to be fired up. So that's going to be an interesting game. But the thing is, we've all got big games left. They've got an easier run in than the Europa League, so they can rest if they start spanking Atalanta, for example. They can rest players in the next leg. Both Arsenal and City can't rest against Bayern or Real Madrid, no matter what the result is.
Absolutely not. But that's the whole situation. The mindset is how it should be anyway. I think Liverpool should have that mindset. Nothing's that easy. Liverpool are going to have different worries to Arsenal and Man City in that, despite the fact people say Liverpool have an easier running, they're still conceding goals. You know what I mean? they're still conceding goals.
Yeah.
Where they're giving the opposition an in into the game. Now, if you're conceding goals at the regularity of Liverpool doing matches, even at Anfield, there's going to come a time when you may not be able to get that equaliser. You may not be able to get that winner because you put yourself on the back foot in games. You know, it's all risk and reward. But what happens next week at Old Trafford? You go down. Man United have 75,000 fans behind them. They got nothing to lose. They're going for that top 4. They may shock the world and actually play like a game, manage the game properly. So Liverpool got that anyway. We've got a situation where we are you know, got a great defence, but we have to accept there'll be no Burnley, so there'll be no Sheffield United, and undermotivated West Ham. Teams are going to come at us, and that's where we've got to treat every game like we treated it today against Man City, give nothing away and be ruthless. We weren't that ruthless today, but in the context of the season, it's better to get a point against this Man City side rather than get a loss. But let's just hope that we don't make a habit of dropping points or getting 8 points, because it would be catastrophic going into the championship rounds, because, you know, no points on 1 point just won't be enough. 1 point may not be enough to win a title.
Facts. Make sure you follow Kenny Ken 1972 on Insta. I'll share your Instagram bits in a minute when I want more watch along in half an hour. Yeah. But yeah, we're going to do player ratings in a bit. Matty, Jez is next, Matty. And yeah, make sure you check out my fan cam as well. But we're out of it, guys. Adios. Ciao.